We did it. We're ready. Shall we talk? Today is a good day to speak. Where am I? Right. On my list of things to talk about, there is a bunch of things about God. So I thought, yeah, actually, let me just like tick a bunch of those things off. My blazer was annoying me, so I took it off for the video. Don't mind me, I'm just with a t-shirt. I made so many lists about subjects to talk about God, and I was like, let me just do this like one massive God video. So I'm just gonna get all of it out right in one video, and I'm going to call this video God. Before I get started, yeah, I have to explain my week this week, yeah, and how it's all going, yeah, because there's been like so much drama at work this week that it's just really made me realize how the world works, right? I have a job as a secretary. I don't know why yet. Up until about 2 years ago, because obviously this has been going on for about 2 years. And then just before that, I was just like in such a downward hill, right? And actually only now in my life do I feel like I'm coming back up. Like I'm starting to come back up, because I swear I was just rolling downwards and downwards for a long time. Anyway, so then I was rolling downwards and downwards. Then all of this happened, yeah. I don't know why, but lately something is happening to me where I swear I have had enough. I have had enough. And I think it comes across in some of my videos. If you watch my videos, like sometimes I do come across a bit aggressive, yeah, how I'm feeling, right, in terms of all of these things. I've realized more than ever how people are behaving in this world, and I'm realizing more than ever that this whole world is constructed based on brains. And everybody that says that they have a scripture from God, here's a group of people saying, oh, we've got the word of God, and here is me in my bedroom asking to speak to God, and God's just like nowhere to be found yet. But anyways, so I'm really observing, I'm really realizing what's going on in this world and how the human brain has taken over. So because this is happening in the side of my life, right, you know, this like whole mental health journey of like finding it really difficult to accept this world, right, and actually just wanting to get the F out of here because I don't belong here. But what I'm saying is that because of my son, this world keeps me anchored here, right? Because I cannot explain to you how much I don't fit into this world. But here I am in this world. If somebody does something bad to me, the first thing I want to do is just escape them. And if they, for some reason that they want to heal, I will try and help them, right? I have this mentality. I don't want revenge. I don't want hatred. I don't want to feel hatred. And if I do feel hatred, I try to escape it. And then when people come into my way and they're forcing me to like do this shit, that's when I get angry, right? Because it's like you're now forcing me to be what I don't want to be. The point I'm making is that because all of this is happening in the side, everything in my life is starting to look at that, right? So then people at work, it's like, okay, you've got the director, you've got the head, and then you've got all these people underneath. What do you think you're doing? Why are you calling yourself a director? This is what my brain is doing now, right? Saying that you're directing me. Well, Nayna, this is how the world works. I've got loads of experience in this way, so then I'm gonna tell you what to do. I think that if that was true, that you did have more experience than me and that you were helping, I probably wouldn't be asking you, how dare you call yourself a director, right? I probably would be like, of course, right? Because again, like I said, my brain doesn't work like that. My brain is not like, oh, you're a director, get off, I should be the director. No, you're a director, that's amazing. When people do things that are just so rubbish, then they tell me to listen to that. That is making me very angry right now in these times. Which brings me to the point which I was trying to make in the first place. I'm so sorry, I took such a diversion. I think it's because I'm just going through all this stuff. But the point I'm making is that this is exactly what's happening in the world. Brains that are not connected, exactly like me. I am not connected to God. I can't speak to God. I'm connected in a way that I don't understand, basically, right? I can't get answers from God. I can't see things that I want to see. For example, I want to see my chakras right now. I can't. I want to see my third eye. I can't. Everything is restrictive. So these brains that are leading a world are exactly like mine, and if not worse, right? Because look at the world today. If they were better than mine, we'll probably be living in heaven. But look at us, right? We're killing, we're hating, we build hierarchy, we'll build corporate companies, we keep people down, we keep people hungry, we keep people homeless. We've got empty apartments, beautiful empty apartments all across the world, empty because they're only made for rich people, and then you've got loads of people on the street without no home and no shelter, right? This is the world we live in today. So these brains that are leading the world, they cannot be more clever than mine, because look at this world, right? But anyway, what I'm saying is that these brains are the brains that are teaching you about God. They're the brains that are saying, oh, these scriptures are real. This is what God is. This is what science is. This is what the Big Bang is. This is what everything is. These brains are telling you that. And furthermore, I hate when I'm editing myself back and I'm just becoming so passionate. I hate it. It's just becoming more and more apparent, yeah, of the disrespect that this world is giving. And it's all being led by brains. There's a brain that told another brain that's now trying to tell me that God chose specific people to speak on God's behalf and everybody else does not, right? And for me, it's like, how dare you do that? How disrespectful can you be that you're telling me, listen, pause, I really don't believe in this, right? But I'm just giving you the picture here, right? That I can't directly speak to you. It's exactly how this world looks like, right? We're painting God exactly how this world looks like. We're painting the spiritual world exactly how this world looks like, right? You can't speak to the Queen. If I wanted to speak to the Queen, 100% cannot happen. We're putting our experiences of what we've seen and what we've learned into what we don't know. So then now we're saying that this is the way that God is. God chooses specific people that he trusts. And then that's the only people that God speaks to. And then those people are in charge of telling me how to live and what to believe in and what God wants. And I think, how dare you? And I don't know what's happening to me, but I cannot for the life of me accept it any longer. I feel like speak sense and help, otherwise, no. And here's the thing, right? If God is this way, I must be an abnormally, I must be broken, but I don't think I am broken because I feel like people would prefer people like me, right? So then you can feel safe and you can feel like safe. And feel like you can trust and feel like you can ask a question and it will be answered, and you could ask for something and it will be given, and you could like rely on things and feel safe and feel nice. So here we are accepting a God that has created something that's not like that, and then it's telling us, oh wait, you need to, the thing is, yeah, I need to stop speaking like this because I cannot for a second believe that this is happening, that God is this way. And I don't know how we got to where we are, but God cannot be this way because I am not this way, and I would never treat somebody that way. And here I am and I'm alive. So if God created me, that must mean something in the maths of life, right? Whatever. Anyway, I just feel like I've been ranting and not even talking. I'm ranting and ranting. You know what the point I'm making here? And I'm not sure why I titled this video God, yeah, because I have no clue what God is or where God is or what God is, yeah. I only have assumptions based on my mind and based on my experience, yeah, and based on this like hidden desire for better. I don't know where that desire comes from because I can't see it. I could only be impulsively led by it, but here I am and I'm observing all of this, yeah, and I can't help but to say, what is the point of negativity? And if I had a choice, right, because people say, oh, negativity, if you didn't have it then you wouldn't appreciate good, and oh, ain't those moments amazing when you've gone through something bad and then suddenly everything is good and then everything leaves your body and it's like, oh my god, thank God for that, right? That's people's arguments here. But me, I would rather not go through that. If I had a choice, given the choice, Nayna, do you want to live blissfully forever without understanding that you're living blissfully, or do you want to understand that you're living blissfully and then have these negative experiences so you understand blissfully? It's your choice. What do you want to do? I'd rather live blissfully and not understand it. Hence why I think I do these videos, right, to try and like release this pain that I'm feeling of like, this world is actually crazy. Like, why am I here? Why am I alive? It's a sick, crazy world. You're telling me that I was created for the purpose of pain. I was created to learn lessons through pain. How dare you bring me to life? Where is my say in this, right? And then furthermore, if you're saying, oh, these are your two options, no thank you to both of those options. What about I create my own options of like how this looks like? So if you're saying, oh, I don't know what bad is without good, right? How about we figure out a way to know what bad is without good? How about we find a different way to understand ourselves then? Oh, we can't because this is just how life is. Says who? And who put it then? Who created it, right? And then here we are, we've got all these people telling us who created it, which is the God who behaves like a human, who has human emotions and human feelings. And it's funny, I just finished watching Lucifer, I think, and it's so funny when Lucifer's dad, God, comes down, and it was like, you're God. And it was so annoying but interesting to watch these scenes. It was so like, for somebody who's been trying to find God for a long time, a little bit triggering, yeah. And then this God doesn't want to answer anything because of patience. Oh, I see you're angry, so you will understand one day. So everything is happening based on this one God's ideas in mind, and then everybody else is a product of this one decision in mind. But the problem with that is actually not oneness, because this one conscious God is not conscious with everybody else, because God is standing as a consciousness and then everybody's standing as individual consciousness. But this consciousness here is the decider, is the header, and everybody else needs to follow me as the one God. And this God in Lucifer, he has emotions and he has feelings, and it's just so, I don't know, the more I'm growing up and the more the years are going past, I'm just finding this like concept of God like so silly. That God is this thing that makes decision all by itself onto these things that I'm not connected to it in a direct way. It's just like this like offspring. And then now I made the first decision, now you're all making other decisions. Like, it just feels so stupid. Anyway, I guess the point I'm getting to, and I think that this is why this is all happening around in all areas of my life here, is that I'm so sick of beliefs. And I feel like we're moving past the point of beliefs, of like being gullible humans who just get told bullshit and rubbish. Instead of it being about beliefs, it could definitely move on to facts and truth and truth and truth. For example, there's two kids and then like they have this like little fight, and then like the tree drops an apple, and then the mum comes and it's like, oh, gets angry or whatever. Sorry, this is such not a good example. Why would the mum be angry at the apple falling from the tree? But let's just say she is, right? And she's like, oh, you know, why did the apple fall from the tree? And then the one kid's like, well, you know, punch me, so then I fell back, and then that's it. And then the other one's like, no, and then somebody will argue and say, listen, you're both right because you're both seeing it from your own perspectives. But what I'm saying is like, there is a truth of what actually happened. There's actual truth of life instead of just what people perceive. And that's what I'm after. It's like, how can we see truth rather than see perspective? And I don't know why I suffer so much. And I feel like a lot of people are so submissive and they're so like, oh, this is just the way that life is. They get given a game and then they're like, oh, game, let me play. So I feel like they're not really paying attention to things. They're just like getting on with things, and they're getting on with things. And for some reason, my brain really struggles. So it's not happy to just say, oh, that's not my job, I'm just gonna get on with it. What do you mean that's not your job? That's somebody's job, right? Whose job is that? And so then why is that going wrong? You know, we need to have a conversation about that if something is going wrong, right? Instead of saying, oh, that's not my job, I'm just gonna get on with it over here. So if it's not your job, but here we all are pretending that we're all leaders, what do you mean it's not your job? Because here you are leading the world, deciding who gets housing or not, deciding who gets jobs or not, deciding who gets food or not. You're deciding everything apart from things that don't want to decide. So I just wanted to waffle on about like how silly this God picture that we currently hold on earth is, right? And I'm getting to the point where I'm about to burst in regards to all of this stuff, right? But what I'm saying is that I don't believe for a second that I am more than somebody else, including the little spider in a corner over there, including the flea on my cat's fur. I am not better or more than any of those things, right? So this picture that we paint of merit-based existence, right? You do this, you go up. You do this, you go up. That sounded like a song. Just like the corporate world, just like this world, right? You get more experience. Oh, you won. Now you're the director. That system is absolute crap. Because here's the truth here that a lot of people don't want to admit, right? Because they just paint all of these like fake stories, right? Of like why they justify such a system, right? Somebody who's highly skilled at something, yeah, who doesn't have an immature mind, I don't know how else to put that, an immature mind, yeah, I picture that they would never sit there and say, I am bigger than you. Oh, I know more than you, please move along. There are some adults who would never tell the child, I am bigger than you, I am more than you, I've got too much on you, I know more than you, move along. I know more than you, let me do this. It will be more of a thing of like, do you want my help? Oh, you don't want my help? Okay, I'll go along. Or do you want me to do it? Of course I'll do it. And then it makes me happy. Oh my God, you're gonna use my skills, right? And I'm like skilled, and then I I give it to you, and then now it makes me really happy that I've used my skills and now I could go along. I'm never gonna sit there and say, well, you shouldn't be doing this, I should be doing this because I am more skilled than you. What I'm saying here is that like kindness doesn't look like that, right? And if these people are like elevated, does that mean that then that kindness leaves? The higher in the hierarchy you go, like the kindness just leaves. Like I don't understand how that works, and I don't think that that's how it works, because I feel like the more perspective you gain or the more understanding you gain, the more empathy you gain, right? So then you would never treat somebody like I know more than you. You would offer help and then you'd keep it moving. If nobody needs your help, you're not going to sit there and demand that you go to the hierarchy, or you're not going to stop anybody from coming along with you either. Oh, you guys are just going to get in my way. The thing is, yeah, I'm trying to argue with logic here. It's just based on this world, and I feel like I'm wasting time because I 100% don't think that that's how the universe works. I think that that's not kind. If I'm sitting there kind of going like, okay, I'm now on level 11 and now you're on level 2, and then this level 2 is like, oh, can I come up there? Oh no, sorry, you can't. You've got to go through the steps, and you're going to find it really, really hard. But if you stick with it, you can reach me. But right now you can't, right? People are like, yeah, that's kind, isn't it? No. I don't know how to explain it further than that. Absolute shock that you find that kind. Because all they're doing is explaining to you why you can't do something. Yes, that's nice enough, right? I'm explaining to you why you can't come with me, right? I'm not telling you, oh, and angry, no, you can't come. I'm just saying, oh, so you can't. All I can see is who created such a system that this person wants to be there and they can't. Why does this brain feel like it doesn't belong with this group of people? Why does this brain want to belong with that group of people over there? And then people are like, oh, because then he wouldn't know that that's the way he should be traveling. So then we put that need and desire and pain with wanting to be there but can't be there, so then he knows what direction to go, right? Are you a sick god to come up with this way? Was there no nicer way to make that possible? You had to come up with like pain, so then he knows the direction to go? These words are not coming from God. They're coming from the brains, and then the brains are then spreading this message saying it's coming from God, but then God is nowhere to be found, right? Guys, I don't have the answer to God, and I'm trying to find it. And if I die before I find it, at least then I'll be free. If I don't die, I will be finding the answer, and then I will come and share it. So I did put here, yeah, I was sitting in a park one day where I was trying to like become a little bit healthier, so I was trying to go for walks and stuff, and I was sitting in the park and I picked up this leaf. My brain does it all the time where it just comes up with like these ideas, and then it was sitting there and it's like, imagine if this is how God is, where like you zoom right into this like bit of the leaf and you're like, this is all of life, right? And then God is like outside somewhere, and really all it is this one leaf. And then actually if you zoom out, it's actually a leaf working as one. And then if you zoom in, you might not see that it's a leaf, and you might be like, oh, look at all this individuality, but really if you zoomed out, it's just a leaf. And I felt like that was like, maybe that's what's happening with God, where it's like God is this like one thing, and because we're so zoomed into this individuality, we're not zoomed out to see, oh wait, God is this one thing. So guys, what I'm saying is that God's a leaf. I hope you have a good evening. I think I'll post this on a Monday, so I hope you've had a good Monday evening. And if you've seen it at another time, I am also happy about that. Whatever day or night you might have just woken up. I kind of laugh when like YouTubers are like, all right guys, good morning, and I'm like, I'm actually in my bed and it's like nighttime and I'm about to go sleep. Anyway, have a wonderful time, and I shall see you next time. Bye.